In the 1800s, a group of men came together to form the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And of those men, you had Lewis Henry Morgan, who is referred to as the American father of anthropology. And you had John Wesley Powell, the American father of conservation. They came together in Buffalo, New York to create a subset of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And in a very real sense, this was to advance science, in many cases even over religion. Now, Lewis Henry Morgan was a very successful attorney, making a small fortune working with the railroad and the mining industry. And in so doing, he had a total agenda. And he came forward and wrote a book called Ancient Society, in which he viewed the ancient cultures of North America as savage cultures. Through this evolutionary lens, he would see them that man evolved from savagery to barbarism onto civilization. Seeing the Indians as savages, seeing fundamental religionists as barbaric, on the progress towards a more civilized society. And as they were able to implement those foundational ideas into the origin and evolution of man, they have shed new light and created a new morality, changing how we view and value many things in society today, such as how we view and value the American Indian. Well, John Wesley Powell is American original. He was the first of the nation's great continental explorers. And he was part scientist, but part social reformer. And he was born just not far from Palmyra, New York in 1834. And John Wesley Powell probably has done more to change how these ancient cultures have been viewed, because he became one of the most powerful men in the sciences in America. He became director over mound building exploration. He became director over the Bureau of Ethnology at the Smithsonian. And he became director over the U.S. Geological Survey Department. And in these very influential and powerful positions, he was almost able to single-handedly to handle how we view and value man. And as he brought us full circle of how we view the science of man, bringing us from biblical views into mankind and how man was created, to how we view man and how it's being taught in our schools today through the evolutionary sciences that are continually being advanced. These men back in the 1800s understood very clearly that they could put everything on what they referred to as the evolutionary stairway. And by placing on this evolutionary stairway, that they could address many social and political issues. And with that, they could come up with race policy that would be able to be advanced to gather up the Indians and to put them on reservations. They could take the lands from the Mormons without any thought. After all, they're only barbaric in this evolutionary process. And so the story goes, even today, on how we value so much in society. And almost every social and progressive issue can be brought back to how we view the origin of man and how we view God's hand in the organization found in nature.